How y'all dickheads doing? It is I, once again, Dick Record, coming to you live from the studio in New York City. I'm about to do another premiere draft from the Outlaws of Thunder Junction, but before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy what you see, please like, share, and subscribe, and more importantly, come over to twitch.tv/Dick Record. Link in the description where you catch streaming video games, leathercraft, and other sort of nonsense from around 4 to around 8 Eastern Standard Time, but with that out of the way, hey, we're ready. Pack one, pick one. What are we getting? What's good here? What is good here? A cool is fine. He's a cool guy, actually. He's very much... I haven't drafted him yet, either. He's a cool guy. He's basically a 5/5 flying trampler. Seems fine? Is that just it? I think he's the best card here, other than, like, I would like a Mourner Surprise. Voracious Varmint's actually been very good. Eroded Canyon. Yeah, look, you know what? Big, fat, bomb rare 5/5 flying trampler for 4. Just hard to deal with. Now, granted, you need to either have the fixing or be specifically black-red to just play this on turn 4. But when he lands, if your opponent can't deal with him, it's a 5/5 flying trampler for 4. It's going to be a problem. A lot of the flyers can't really hang with him. Stoic Sphinx, I guess, can... The creatures on the ground with reach are actually going to be more of a problem, like the Cactarantula. Well, let's take the Akul. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. He's a cool. What's good here? What is good here? Surgical Extraction is not playable. Bandit's Hall exists. Do we want a Bandit's Hall? Do we want to Pillage the Bog? Pillage the Bog is fun, actually. Later on in the game, it ends up being Demonic Tutor, just like, oh, give me that card. The plot value is not great on it. There's also a Patient Naturalist and a Creosote Heath. Maybe the correct thing to take is the Heath, right? Like, what if we're... Here's where I go. What if we end up playing stupid 4 and 5 color stuff, right? If that was the case, maybe I should just take the Bandit's Hall then over the Heath. Surgical Extraction is not playable. Pillage the Bog's fine. Varmint and Naturalist are fine. Let's take the Heath. Let's take the Heath for now. For now. I know. There's a Mana Dork, there's a Vault Plunderer, there's a Outlaw Stitcher. That's actually a really good card. There's also an Aloe Alchemist. This thing can ramp us. This card draws us a card. It's a 3/1/2. A 3/1 that draws you a card for 3 mana, I think is great. It's one of the reasons why I also like Patient Naturalist. It's a 2/3 for 3 mana that draws you a card, right? Not the biggest fan of the mill, but I know that in my heart of hearts that it is mathematically correct to do so. But I will take the Vault Plunderer. There's a Blooming Marsh. It's a Rise of the Varmints. There's a Skullduggery, and there's a Heartless Pillage. This Blooming Marsh can allow us to play green cards. So if we want to end up splashing into green, I think that that's fine. So therefore, I think the correct choice might be just to take the Blooming Marsh now for the fixing that we may need in the future. I think it's better currently than everything else here for us, except for maybe Skullduggery, but I feel like we'll get another Skullduggery, and a Free Strider Commando wouldn't be terrible either. But we'll take that. Betrayal at the Vault. There's this. I like Cactus Folk Sure Shot a lot. If we're splashing for green, this is actually still kind of fine. Especially, like, in the Akul deck. If you play Cactus Folk Sure Shot and then play Akul gets to attack. Like, immediately with Trample, and this gives Trample and Haste. I keep forgetting that this gives Trample, right? Like, this is, like, I think this is way better than Jolene in the 4-power, the Ferocious Matters deck. There's also a Thunder Salvo, which is not my favorite removal spell. There's a Betrayal, which, if your opponent's tapped out, this is great. But I will take the Cactus Folk Sure Shot. We're going to be disciplined, and we're going to take the Jagged Barrens. I know that Voracious Varmint's great. Mourner Surprise is also pretty good, right? It's a great way to get a creature back, as well as make a mercenary. But we're going to be disciplined and take the Jagged Barrens because it helps us play our Akul that much easier. And remember, he's a cool guy. Let's see. Conduit Pylons. We might need to take the Conduit Pylons here. There's also a Quill Charger, which plays pretty well with the Cactus Folk Sure Shot. Gold Rush is an okay combat trick, but not my favorite. And Conduit Pylons allows us to fix for multiple colors, which is kind of one of the things that you sort of want to do here. It's weird because this format's slowly degenerating into a 5-color soup. Red Rock Sentinel is also not bad. Boombox, I had a fun time with this. Quill Charger is way better than it looks. Sometimes it is just a 5/5 with Menace. But yeah, let's take the Pylons for now. Oh my god. I love Demonic Ruckus. I'll never pass a Demonic Ruckus unless there's something like significantly better. That said, there's a Demonic Ruckus. You can plot this for 1 on turn 1 and then make your opponent realize, like, unless you have removal for this creature that I'm going to play, it's just going to get bigger and harder to block. Mourner Surprise. Wield? Is that good or bad? I don't know. It's certainly better than World Walker Helm. I thought this was an equipment too. It is just plus a map token, create a copy of target artifact token you control. That's not for this. Give me this Mourner Surprise. What's wrong with you? It's like, what are you doing? Overzealous Muscle is fine. Deputy is not great. I think we'll take the Highway Robbery over the Deputy. Quick Draw is a fine combat trick, actually. I think it's really cute. Spring Splasher, though, if we end up in a Crimes deck, I think that's better. So I'm going to take the creature. If we end up in Grixis Crimes instead of, like, Jund something, the Spring Splasher is, like, very, very useful. Because every time it attacks, it creates a crime. And -3/-0 makes a lot of creatures in this format not exist. It makes them very useless in combat. It's like, oh, there's a Lone Shark. Well, it's more like a Lone Wall. It's an 0/4. You can block the 2/1 or you can block the 3/1. Pick your poison. Another Slick Shot Vault Buster. Just kind of a useless card. There's a Gisa. We're taking the Gisa. The Outlaw Stitcher from the previous pack didn't wield. There's a Gila Courser. We just had a deck where we drafted 2 Gila Coursers. I'm going to take the Gisa. Let's see. Skeletons and zombies. Blah, blah, blah. Whenever you commit a crime, create 2 tapped 2/2 creatures. All right. Clear Shot's also great. I like Gisa, though. Ward 2, pay 2. Yeah, that's great. And whenever we create crime, so we're going to be looking to crime. We're going to be looking at crime, boys. Also, yeah, I've never drafted a Gisa. We first picked a Cool. I'd like to see the Gila Courser or the Rakish Crew wheel, or possibly even the Clear Shot. Mirage Mesa is also a wish target, right? Like, we're wishing that comes back around. And I don't feel too great either way about the Fake Your Own Death or the Rooftop Assassin. We'll take the Gisa. Gisa's great. Fantastic 5-drop. Mystical Tether. Ooh. Vanishing Verse. Oh my god. I think we could take the Tether. I say that because 1, it commits a crime. 2, if you think of it as a 5-drop spell with Flash, it becomes significantly better, right? 3, we do have 2 sources of fixing for it, so as a 5-drop spell, it's actually okay. We could also take the Mirage Mesa. I think it's wiser to take the Mystical Tether. Vanishing Verse is also okay, right? Like, it's also okay. It's only good against monocolored things like Gisa, but not a Cool, right? And a Cool is a cool guy. I'm going to take the Mystical Tether. It just seems betterer. There's a Skullduggery. There's a Bristling Backwoods. I think we take the Backwoods here. It commits a crime. There's also a Throw from the Saddle. There's a Raucous Entertainer. It commits a crime. And it helps us fix for our Cactus Folk Sure Shot. It's also a Mirage Mesa. And again, the Mystical Tether, that might be just a wishful splash, but I like Mystical Tether, so it's such a good removal spell. There's also a Skullduggery, right? Which is not terrible. Throw from the Saddle is also fine, but I think Throw from the Saddle is also a greedy pick here when we don't necessarily have the fixing. Now, this is actually really hard. Longhorn Sharpshooter can be plotted to commit a crime, and it's a fine 3/3 with reach. Gila Courser is more for the Ferocious deck, but it does get you a lot of card advantage. At Knife Point, whenever you commit a crime, you create a 1/1? This is hard, actually. The Longhorn Sharpshooter also just kills the Gila Courser. You know, it's just like you plot this, it just kills the Gila Courser. My gosh. My gosh. This is a really good pack for us. Unscrupulous Contractor is also fine. I'm gonna take the Sharpshooter for now. There's a Thunder Salvo. We already have a Mourner Surprise, right? There's a Bucolic Ranch. There's also another Tether. And there's a Gardener. There's a Beastbond Outcaster as well. We have a lot of big creatures? Not really, right? So I don't think the Beastbond Outcaster's for us. I think we can take the Tether or the Gardener here. I'm going to take the Tether. I just like Tether that much. There's a Pan. There's this guy. There's Comball. What does Comball do? Tokens enter under your opponent's control. Enter under your control. Each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. That's really good with Gisa. We're kind of splashing for 2 Tethers. Yeah, get on. Get on, buddy. It's the first time I drafted you too, right? Yeah, it is. Get on, Comball. Wow. Okay, so we could take Fixing, like Inspiring Vantage Fixing. We actually have the Fixing for the Cactus Folk Sure Shot, and the Back for War would be good too. But I think we have to take the Fixing, right? Because it helps us play the Mystical Tethers that much better. Back for More though. Yeah, let's take that. Oh my gosh. Shoot the Sheriff. Hellspur Posse Boss. What's going on, guys? Holy crap. There's a Humiliate, which we could play. And it's not a bad card. I'm gonna take the Posse Boss. Because I have there's a Rakish Crew. We're gonna be making so many what's it called? Tokens? I think that Rakish Crew is good in this deck now. Gisa, the Hellraiser. Yeah, they're zombie rogues. And this cares about outlaws. They're zombie rogues. So this triggers the Rakish Crew. That's great. Bucolic Ranch. I don't think we're playing that. That said, none of these other cards are great for us. So I'll take the Bucolic Ranch. Cool Charger. Not bad, actually, here. Although we have a lot of 4s. We could take the Buzzard, but I don't think we play it. Another Muscle over the Splasher. Yeah, let's not go into blue. We have enough colors going on here. We got everything, but oh my god, this is Calamity. There's also a blue-red land. Wait, no, blue-red. Blue-red. We don't need that. There's also a Baron Bertram Greywater? God. There's also a Jolene. There's also a Congregation Griff. We're not doing Congregation Griff things. There's also an Unfortunate Accident, but I think we're doing Mystical Tether things. I think we want the Calamity. Calamity does silly things with like Hellspur Posse Boss or anything that has an ETB. Yeah, let's take the Calamity. Vault Plunderer makes those go off and you just end up drawing a bunch of cards and hitting your opponent with a bunch of tokens. Yeah, let's take the Calamity. Final Showdown. No, we're going to take the Marauder. That's so rough too. I love the Marauder. At knife point's actually fine as well, right? Do we not need the green? I think we can cut the green. I don't think we really care about Cactus Folk Sure Shot. Because if that's the case, at knife point becomes that much better in the deck. Skullduggery is also great. I do want this Marauder. This commits a crime when it ETBs. Draws you a card. It's fantastic. This is like a mythic uncommon. Draws you a card. It's a 4/2 flyer. Makes your opponent... Well, it doesn't necessarily draw you a card. If your opponent can't discard a worthwhile card, then you draw a card, which is fantastic. There's a Fortune. Loyal Steed. There's also a Vault Plunderer. I think we have to take the Vault Plunderer because we're only really splashing white for Comball, Tether, and realistically the Plunderers work better with Calamity. So did the Hellspur Posse Bosses. There's also a Skewer, which is nice, and it commits a crime. Vault Plunderer can also just commit a crime. But I think we got to take the Vault Plunderer. I think it's too good here. Have I really not drafted Fortune? Whatever. It's not for us. We'll take the Vault Plunderer. Vanishing Verse, Irascible Wolverine, Trick Shot. We do need the removal. Vanishing Verse can be removal. Exile target monocolored permanent. It's exile too, so I think that matters a lot. Yeah, let's take the Vanishing Verse. Monocolored permanent. Tarnation Vista is fixing. Yeah. Add 1 mana of the Trojan color, enters tapped For each color among monocolored permanents you control, add 1 mana of that color. It's also a strange ramp spell. It's better than the Lush Oasis and anything else in this pack for us, except for maybe the Red Rock Sentinel. Red Rock Sentinel actually plays pretty well with Kambal, Hypothesizzle. Seeing a lot of blue cards. All of the other colors that we're not seeing much of. But oh, Deadeye Duelist is actually great in this deck because we can commit crimes at instant speed, which then triggers the Gisa. So get on board. Frostification's bad. We're not taking a crown. Return the Favor exists. Is Corrupted Conviction good in this deck? If we make a bunch of tokens, it might be better than Wolverine. How are we doing on creatures, though? Let's get the Wolverine for now. Yeah, that's a really late Gulch. It makes our fixing for the Cactus Folk, Sure Shot, that much better. Also, it does another criming. So we'll take the Gulch. There's a Baron. Wow. That is a late Baron, isn't it? I think we have to take it too. Whenever one or more tokens enter under your control, which we're going to be making tokens, create a 1/1 token, sacrifice another token, draw a card. Yeah. This is the soup, guys. This is the soup. There's a Skullduggery and there's a Prickly Pear. God, that's hard, actually. That is actually really hard. I think we take the Prickly Pear. It makes a token. Yeah. Rooftop Assassin's interesting. I think we take that over the other card. Trick Shot. I guess it's removal. Likely not playing it. Red Rock Sentinel wheeling is wild. Okay. We got some work to do. We drafted 4-color nonsense. I'm thinking I should have taken that Bandit's Hall earlier. Alright, so Cree. Let's look at our deck. We might not have that much never mind. We have a bunch of Mystical Tethers, and we have a Vanishing Verse. We have plenty of removal. Mourner's Surprise can get something back. Rakish Crew. Oh, we have Rakish Crew. God, that's going to be another win condition. We have so many win conditions. Calamity making a bunch of Hollow Marauders is also just sort of rude. I actually don't think we need the muscle here because of that. How many creatures do we have? 18? Yeah, we can cut another creature. What doesn't do the Black Snag Buzzard is kind of a weak creature overall. Yeah, these are good. This is good. Red Rock Sentinel, I think we keep, actually, because it makes... So if the game goes long, sacrifice land, draw a card, create a treasure token. That creates a token under our control, so we actually drain our opponent for one with Kambal, and or we create another token with Baron Bertram, and sacrifice another creature or artifact, so we can sacrifice actually the treasure tokens that this guy makes to draw a card. Cactus Folk Sure Shot feels like the most not important card in the deck, but also we have more than enough green sources between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6 green sources. This was just like draft the mythics and rares deck, wasn't it? It's actually really hard to... I'm gonna get rid of the highway robbery. Our curve does go to 6, so we do kind of want to play 17 lands, I feel. We didn't get much in terms of white fixing. We got 1, 2, 3, right? And we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white cards. So yeah, this is probably about right. Tarnation Vista could also be another one. We need the removal, so Vanishing Verse stays. Mourner's Surprise. I think it's Demonic Ruckus. I think we gotta cut the Ruckus. And I say that because we do have some really big beefers, actually. You know, like now that I'm looking at it, we have some real big beefers. But that's not the main strategy here. All right, this is 40 cards. This is 17 creatures. This is plus tokens off of these two. I kind of wish we got a knife point. We have a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4 deserts to crime with as well. Yeah, we have a lot of things to crime with. So Geese is going to be great. I think this deck is amazing. 4-color, everything but blue, essentially. Everything but blue. Let's go, baby. Oh no, going into round 1. I like that we have none of our fixing. And no smaller creatures. That's another issue that this deck I think has, right? I think this is okay. If we draw a black source, we can play Kumbal. If we draw any land, we can play Cactus Folk Sure Shot and or Hellspur Posse Boss and the Hollow Marauders. A good late game. So yeah, let's keep this for now. We're also on the draw. Yep. Pings this. There's a land. So would like... Okay. Again, would like a black source. Oh no. We have a Vault Plunderer in our hand. That can be a black source. We need that. We definitely need that. So actually, next turn, I believe we just play the Cactus Folk Sure Shot. They haven't been playing anything. So, alright, Hellspur Posse Boss. Sure. Yeah. And they hit us for 2. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, so play a red source. Play this. God, the Kumbal would have been great a turn earlier. Token that's a copy of it. Alright, I think I want to get this Kumbal out earlier. I do. I really do. Vault Plunderer. Sure. Sure. It looks like our mana space is like all over the place, and we're going to play a Swamp next turn. Alright, that's a Brute. Sure. I think we still trade here. Oh. Is that... That's right, this gives it haste. Okay. I don't think we block then. Oh! We blocked the Brute. Definitely. Sure. That is a huge start, but we need to get rid of that. Oh, hello. We can Trick Shot, kill the Posse Boss, and one of these tokens. Is that the correct thing to do here? It might be. Because that'll allow us to set up for next turn, which is Vault, Plunderer, and Kumbal. I hope this isn't wrong. There we go. We are getting a slower start here, though. Oh, wait. Can we do Vault, Plunderer, and Kumbal? Sure. It's 4-1. Yeah. No. I think next turn, then, we play... Oh, we discard 2, huh? I think we're being held back too much by our Kumbal. So let's pitch him, actually. That way, next turn we can... Maybe just play the Marauder, right? Okay. That Heartless Pillage did hurt. But what are you going to do, right? Oh, they might just play out some more creatures. Yeah. Okay. So land. I do believe that this is the correct thing to do here. Next, no attacks, end turn. We need to keep blockers up. This can block almost any of these other things. I might actually just put the Hellspur Posse Boss in front of the Mind Raider if they pump it and then attack with that. Heck to pay. Oh my gosh. Alright. I think this is a full swing turn. Well, they pump something with that. Likely the Mind Raider. Sure. Okay, so one here. And let's preserve our life total a little bit here. Yep. Alright, so there's a Mystical Tether, which we could just cast. I want to get their last card out of their hand. So let's cast the Hollow Marauder. Okay. That didn't do it. Alright, I think we're dead. Because we can't... If they pump the Mind Raider... Yeah, they see it. Alright, good game. Good game. Because even if I block the Mind Raider, the trample damage still gets through. Okay. I think we need, like, stuff like Deserts do in this deck. View Battlefield. Yeah, because, like... Also, that Heartless Pillage did hurt, like, a lot, actually. Because what do our 2s look like? They're kind of slim, right? There's a Vanishing Verse, a Mortar Surprise, and a Deadeye Duelist. I think the mana base was fine. Being able to play Kumbal a turn earlier would have been nice, though. Especially because of Hellspur Posse Boss making them a bunch of tokens and then me going like, alright, well, cool. But that'll happen. That'll happen when and opponent was playing black or red and their deck was pretty good. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna mulligan this actually, because we have a bunch of like 4. We have a 5. We have a 6 and a 7. Yeah, that's a mulligan if I ever saw one. This is better. This is better. I think the Akul goes to the bottom here, unfortunately. And we're going to play the Conduit Pylons to attempt to dig for a land. Especially because Calamity here is... That's perfect. That's perfect, actually. Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. We got to play the Vantage first. What is this again? Black Snag Buzzard. Okay. Next turn we're going to Wolverine. We're gonna plot the Wolverine. Okay. That's just an 0-4. I'm not worried about that. We are getting exactly what we need though, which is great. Plot that. You're gonna ding us? What does this cost? Okay, that costs 4. Nurturing Pixie. Are they just gonna bounce that? I think next turn is a great turn to just plot the Sharpshooter, shoot that down and pass. Sure. Next, end turn. I think next turn I will play the Irascible Wolverine and see what we get off the top. Sure. It also seems like our opponent has not played a land in a while, so play this. Exile the top deck. Carnation Vista. Alright, so what do we need here? Use a red source, right? Play this. And then we'll play the Camball. Instant board. Now, when we play the Prickly Pear, it makes a token with Camball, I believe. Oh no, we just drain our opponent for one. It's not bad, actually. If they attack with just the Black Snag Buzzard, we can block it with the Sharpshooter. They might have take up the shield. Fine, we'll get that out of their hand. I actually don't mind that. Ruthless Lawbringer. Okay, that's probably here to kill the Camball. Yep, that draws them a card. That's pretty good tempo here, boss. Yep. Yep. But this still blocks the Buzzard. I don't know if they want that. Yeah, I was about to say. If I play the Posse Boss... I can make the Wolverine big enough to... Yeah, let's do that. Let's play the Posse Boss. Get 2 tokens. Make this Wolverine big enough. Make this Sharpshooter big enough. Next. Attack with those 2. Offer some trades. And this is because we're trying to put cards into our graveyard so that when we finally hit the, what's it called? The Ghost Rogue thing. I don't even remember what it's called. Yeah? Yeah. It'll cost that much less to cast. We'll crime you here. Bing. They have an 0-4. I think next turn we actually just Calamity and then like copy our Hellspur Posse Boss and just go ham. Ooh, Rakish Crew is good here too. They have access to a lot of main. But playing Calamity here might be the best thing we could do. If they have a removal spell, Now's the time. Now's the time. Don't let me move to attacks. Uh-oh. They might have take up the shield. Sorry? I don't know. This is bad. I mean, for them. It's bad for them. If we still had Comball, they would have lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 life? Yeah. They would have lost 6 life there. End turn. And then these two go away. Rooftop Assassin. That doesn't kill anything. Was that their grand plan? Alright. Opponent needs to dig for removal. I'm gonna play this Rakish crew next turn. Karavek the Punisher. The Punishar. Alright. Rakish crew. Alright. Saddle with this guy. One of these guys. Make a bunch more tokens. Opponent's being a real good sport by letting this go on, but I don't think that this is wise for them to continue to engage in this. Sure. So we kill the Karavek and the bird, I believe here. End turn. I think next turn we could just like swing out and they just die. We have... This is wild. I am noticing we have like, what, 13 tokens? 12 tokens. 12 of these mercenary tokens. All because of 2 turns of Calamity being 100% unchecked. Even if we just swing out and they... Yeah, sorry opponent. That's what we want the deck to do. We want to super outvalue our opponent with absolutely stupid shit. They were wise to Ruthless Lawbringer kill the Comball, right? That was good that they identified that issue. Leave match, but ultimately, whoo, we were on some junk there. 1-1 going into round 3 with 4-color dot deck. Everything but the blue, because I've heard some bad things about blue actually. Tarnation Vista. We have a 3-drop, another 3-drop. We have a 4-drop or a 3-drop. I think we can get on board with the Red Rock Sentinel earlier, and we are on the draw, so I think that this is fine. We will keep this. I'm surprised that Tarnation Vista is not a desert, by the way. I will just play these out to see what we need as we need them. This might just be a white source, the Tarnation Vista. Yep. Opponent's red-white. About to say, alright, play this. Okay. So High Noon means we're casting 1 spell a turn. So Mystical Tether is that much better as a instant speed removal spell. Opponent didn't play anything there. I'm gonna play the Mountain. And then I'm going to plot the Wolverine. Because they didn't do anything this turn. Now, High Noon is pretty bad with the plot cards. Ooh, okay. So we're going to play that. We're going to plot this and kill their Gila Courser. Next. End turn. Yeah. Yeah. Now, High Noon's pretty bad for us. Artifact or creature. They just played that for 1? Alright, let's see what we get off the Wolverine. Alright, Mourner Surprise doesn't matter. We'll play this for white. Monocolored permanents. Add 1 mana of that color. Okay, sure. I think next turn we can just play the Vault Plunderer, draw a card. Another form of Posse? Is that all you're doing? I'm gonna hit them. Sure. Play this Sharpshooter. Play this because it enters tapped. We're gonna leave up Mystical Tether mana. Mainly because, if they cast like a massive bomb, we could just exile it immediately. They're in red-white, so they're likely not going to be able to give the whatever their bomb is hexproof. They can give it indestructible in red-white. None of these creatures matter. Alright, so... could actually just play Hollow Marauder, and that's actually not a bad play here. And in fact, actually, you know what? Let's attack first. Yep. Sure. They must have something wild in their hand. Okay. Because they're trying real hard to stymie this, whatever. Here we go. Here's a Hollow Marauder. Sure. High Noon. Next turn we can Calamity. Have it be saddled by Hollow Marauder. They're playing green too. Oh my god, you poor bastard. 5 damage to any target. Oh, so that's gone now. You're unlocking my hand? Sure. Alright. Stubborn Burrow Fiend. Alright. Oh, is this a fight spell? It can't be, because you have no green. Outside of that. Yeah. Okay. They really were like, I need to deal with that. Okay. So, if we could draw... No, we can't draw another land here. Well, we can, but it's not going to be enough to cast Calamity right now. I'd rather just draw a card here. Alright, so... If I send in the Sharpshooter, it's not going to be enough. Let me just Rakish Crew here, and then I'm going to send in the Sharpshooter. How many creatures do you have in your graveyard? 2. Okay. They might double block here. Especially if they have Take Up the Shield. Right. Okay. So the Stubborn Burrow Fiend can win them the game, so we need to be very, very aware of it. Rooftop Assassin is here to save us in case we need to block this, or rather, yeah, throw from the saddle. There's your throw. Okay, so we gain a life here. Oof, pardon me. Can they? They can't even saddle it. They need to play another creature to saddle it. If they attack with it, yeah, that sort of sucks. We'll play Calamity. Calamitous. Path to Exile. Ooh, yeah. Alright. I see what you got there. What do we want here? We have double red. We have double black. Triple black. That's a white source, right? A white source. We have a bunch of white sources. Let's just get another red source, I guess. Sure. Next. I don't need to do anything here. End turn. Like, our engine is kind of here, right? Sure. Rock's Entertainer. That's not good enough. We're taking 4. Wow. Ornery Tumblewag. Oh, we're taking 7? Not in for that. Drain you for 1. Opponent full controlled us there. Yeah. Let's see. What pylons here? Ooh. That's not terrible. I'll keep that. We need to keep up 4, right? So... I don't think we attack with the Vault Plunderer, but I do think we play the Prickly Pear. Make sure we're not tapping out of black. Okay. Okay. And we do have access to Mystical Tether at instant speed, just in case like they decide that they're gonna fight spell here. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Pass. Alright, so my turn. Let's see. It's a 3. Opponent's like, I guess I trade this for that? Sure. Alrighty. Cactus Folk Sure Shot. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. End turn. This being a 4-2 is not great. But also, what are you gonna do? Right? The Stubborn Burrow Fiend's also getting kind of unruly. Let's see. Oh, please do a fight spell. Sure. Mill. Okay. That's a real creature. Sure. Pass. Pass. This in front of that. Outlaw died. They might be dead. I'll play this. So that kills the Stubborn Burrow Fiend, and the next turn we tether the Seraphic Steed. And I don't think they have any blockers. Sure. Yeah, that was not wise. There we go. They were very low on health. I don't know why they tapped their last creature like that. I don't know. Like there are times where you have to basically make your opponent have removal, right? They probably didn't think that I'd be able to Rooftop Assassin there, because when you're playing 4 colors, your opponent just doesn't know what's gonna come out of your deck, right? 2 and 1. And like playing 4 colors is just like, geez, what should I worry about? They might have Snakeskin Veil, they might have Take Up the Shield, they might have, they might have this, they might have not Get a Leg Up, what's it called? Full Steam Ahead, they might have Trash the Town, they might have Mystical Tether instant speed. It seems fine. We could use a white source. We could play the Prickly Pear, and if we draw another red source, we get a Cool, the Unrepentant, right? Or another black source, actually. Any red or black land gets us turn for a Cool. Okay. That's actually not bad either. We might just be playing that instead if we don't draw this land. The what's it called? The Demonic Ruckus. I absolutely love that card, right? If your opponent can't deal with whatever's it's about to go on at instant speed, it's just gonna feel like woof, right? Draw a card. That is a tap land that'll allow us to play Baron Bertram, right? Opponent's red-white. Which means the, this Creosote Heath actually unlocks the entire hand, right? We play Baron Bertram, we can play Cactus Folk Sure Shot. Doesn't unlock a Cool. But Baron Bertram into Prickly Pear is actually very good here. Vengeful Townsfolk, okay. That, and then that is like, okay. I mean, cool. That's cool, right? 4/4, Menace, Trample. I could play the Akul. And we haven't played the Akul yet. He's a cool guy. No attacks. If they don't have removal for Akul, they're on a 4-turn clock here. If they attack with Vengeful Townsfolk, the Vault Plunderer just gets to get in. Next turn, I think we play the Heath and then the Sentinel. Ooh, Scorchy Shot. Okay. Alright, I see what you're playing. Okay. They did need to do that, though. Otherwise, like, that Akul's gonna run Rough Shot on their life total. Yep, swing out. Can't block it. Cool. I wonder what they're thinking of doing. They have something, right? Like, they've got to have a play here. Nurturing Pixie. Is that wise? I guess you can plot it, sure. Play that. Let's see. Play the Golem. This can't block that. This will block that, but then they'll put this on that to make that much more. So, no attacks. I'm going to try to trade for the townsfolk here. And hopefully that's the correct thing to do. Oh boy. They might just put that on the Pixie. Because they want to get in with the Pixie. Which would suck. But also... Figured they'd put it back on there. Okay. If they have a take up the shield, that would be really bad for us. Oh, do they have the Shatter? They might have the Shatter. Although if they had the Shatter, I would just have destroyed my opponent's board and then attacked. I think next turn we have to play the Sure Shot so that it could block the Pixie. Instead of the Bertram. Although... trying to think, like, what else? We're kind of far behind here, and what would really help would be like a double spell turn, but we don't have those kinds of turns in this deck. I think... yeah, opponent has something. Okay. Sure. That was a lot of, just play the Calamity. Can I take another 6? If I could take another 6, this is actually really good. So I'm going to play that, and then we're going to play the Prickly Pear next turn. And if we draw a land, we can play Prickly Pear into Sure Shot. This is looking bad, though. Alright, opponent's got all the removal. That's fair. That is fair. We're taking 6 here, and then I need to find removal for this then, right? That's the only thing. That's the only way that I can win. There's a Mystical Tether. And they still draw a card off of it. But we are dead in 2 turns to the Pixie, which kind of sucks, actually. We do have the Cactus Folk Sure Shot. I don't know if that's going to be enough to stabilize here. Okay, then the Medic, and then the Big Boy. Yep. Tap that, make that bigger. Yep. Play that. Play land. Next. No attacks, end turn. We need all of our blockers. And we're still dead, actually. If they just swing out, yeah, good game. It's okay. It's okay. They played around what we had going. Additionally, so one of the problems that this deck has is that it doesn't have a lot of early game plays. And I don't think we drafted a lot of early game plays. Like, our curve kind of starts at like 3-ish, right? Playing, I just really wanted to play the Akul. Is it so wrong to just want to play the Akul? Yes. Possibly. Yeah, like, I haven't seen this Vanishing Verse like the entire time. Same thing for Deadeye Duelist. It's okay, guys. It's okay. It's okay. You know what it is? We have a lot of 4s and we have a lot of 3s. So, like, we really need to hit our land drops. I kind of wish we had a Bristlebud Bandit, but also that digs us deeper into green. So, haven't played the Gisa yet. Have not played the Gisa yet. Speaking of Vanishing Verse, this is what I get for saying anything. We can keep this. We have a 2-drop. We have a 3-drop. We have a 7-drop. I'm going to play the Bristling Backwoods. Next turn, we get to play Conduit Pylons, and I think that's fine. We're going to hold on to the Vanishing Verse. Okay. Ooh, Inspiring Vantage, actually. The better early play, because it allows us to play it untapped. Prickly Pear, eh? Alright. There's a Gisa. Now we gotta find the black sources. Mourner's Surprise is actually not terrible here, but it's not a black source, so that's in the yard. Next. No attacks, end turn. We do have access to Vanishing Verse, which is fine for now. Gisa. I don't think I block that. Do I care about 3? No blocks. I want them to play something big here. Another Prickly Pear. Is that all that they have? Fine. I hope I don't end up regretting that. Let's see. I can hold off on playing the Heath for now. I would have liked this to have not been another white source, though. I'll say that. I guess if I play Tether, I can take out their other Prickly Pear, but there's no reason to do that right now. So let's just play a Plains right now. You know what? I should have played the Heath. I'm stupid. No attacks. End turn. I should have played the Heath because that comes into play tapped. I don't know what I was thinking. It's like, it's not like we're playing Gisa anytime soon. Unless... Alright, so they got that as a 3-2. It's going to be a 4-2, sure. Resolve. Pass. Pass. No blocks. Pass. Bing, yeah. We haven't played anything that they need to remove, so there is that. I will play the red source out now. Mainly because, as an untapped land, because it allows us to Mystical Tether at instant speed, which we may need for whatever. Oh, if they play a Calamity, that'd be fucking... Get rid of that before these tokens have haste. Sure. Okay. No blocks right now. Only 4. It's another... Are we gonna die to, like, mana screw? Because I would like to draw the fucking cards to cast the fucking spells in my hand. We've been drawing lands that don't help us cast these spells. At knife point, that's bad, actually. Yep. Oh, they didn't, Oh, do they have that other card? Do they have the, Outlaw's Fury? Yeah. Alright, good game. That's frustrating. That's real frustrating. That's real frustrating. It's like, here's your bomb rares, but you can't play them. You get to look at them. We got to look at them, guys. That that's so frustrating. The deck felt fine. It just was missing it needed a lower curve. I don't even know. It needed some more 2-drops, right? Maybe I should have cast the Vanishing Verse a little bit earlier. But like, yeah, we didn't get like the cards that we needed to play. You know, like a Longhorn Sharpshooter would have done a lot of work there, right? A Vault Plunder would have been great earlier on. But no, we were holding our Gisa and our Akul. We could cast anything else, but we were holding the 2 cards that were just like, you can't cast this. What are you, fucking stupid? That's frustrating. God. All right. If you're watching, you enjoyed that, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna go scream into a pillow now because that was incredibly frustrating. Y'all have a good evening. I'll catch you next time. Oh, twitch.tv/dickrecord. There you go.